Hi everyone, Carol and Kristen here with Luminous Ministries, and we are still celebrating Christmas. Today,
Yes, we are.
yes, we are. Today is only January 7th.
Yes.
And we are still celebrating through this coming Sunday.
Correct.
So guys, live it up and be joyful.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? We decided that because, so many people just get through Christmas so quickly and they forget that we are still in the Christmas season as Catholics and as Christians.
I saw trees out by the road, and I really thought about picking them up and taking them home. Some of them look pretty good. I'm like, maybe I could cop a sprig or two,
I always love it when I go past a house where the Christmas lights are still up and the tree is still lit, and I'm like, yes, they get it. They understand that we're still in the Christmas season. It's not over. We are still rejoicing. So we thought it would be kind of neat to do a little thing on how can we rejoice. 6 ways that we can rejoice in the midst of difficulty, because we are living in kind of some challenging times right now. And we don't deny that. I mean, Kristen and I always like to keep it real. And
For sure.
To be real, really, to be honest and truthful, we are living in some difficult times, and we have some very unique challenges. We all do. And so 6 ways that we can keep rejoicing in these difficult times. Kristen, do you want to start with one?
Oh, sure. Well, this is my total inner nerd coming out. But way number 1 for me to keep rejoicing is to keep educating myself. I just love to learn. Like I said, nerd alert right here. Also, my husband was labeled when he was younger the president of the nerd herd. So, we just got the nerd in the family. But I love to learn. And, that always just inspires me, because the more you delve into any one topic, I think the more you find God. Really. Because everything is so complex, and I think that, it was Einstein who said the more he studied the universe, the more he believed in a higher power, because you start to delve into any topic. I remember when I took anatomy in school, and, you're dissecting things, and you're just like, oh my gosh, even the human body, we don't really understand how it works, and yet here we are functioning, we are miracles. The world is a miracle, and life is a miracle. And so I think continuing to educate yourself, whatever topic interests you, is a great way to keep your joy and zest for life, because the more you learn, I think the more you just kind of stand in awe. Yeah. Even in times, like we said, that are sad, I think you can find things to stand in awe of.
Well, and I think that when you're learning, you kind of forget about your misery, and you delve in, and you get so immersed in something, and it's so fascinating, and you're learning things, and you forget about your troubles.
Right. Or not even that. Maybe it's also, maybe you forget, but also maybe it's you find some solutions. Yeah. You think, you know what, this could really heal some things that ail. And, so it can be a myriad of things. It can be that escape. Yeah. It can be that solution. It could yield a lot of different results.
Right. So that's good. I like that. Mom? I like that one, Kristen.
Thank you. I said,
I'm kind of a nerd too. I've always said that, I love research. So I'm an equal nerd.
Oh, I was depressed my senior year of college, and my friend was like, maybe you should go talk to someone, because I was so sad to be ending my school career, so that's me.
The eternal student. And there's no reason why we can't all be the eternal student. There's nothing keeping us from that.
And we should be.
We absolutely should be. Well, so one of my things on how to keep rejoicing in the season is to keep challenging yourself to be a healthy person. Because here's my thing. How can you have a good, positive outlook on life when you don't do all the things you need to do to keep your engine running? Our bodies are our vessels. They're, we are a tabernacle of the Lord, because our souls reside in our bodies, and so it should be a holy vessel, and it is a holy vessel. And so, but we have to take care of that vessel. We have to keep it clean and keep it energized. And so, I think about, it doesn't help us to consume large amounts of sugar, for example, because that just kind of wears us down.
I thought we were rejoicing. I don't know about you guys,
is so much good food out there.
Rejoicing for me equals eating all sorts of the candies from Christmas. I don't like this point.
In moderation, Kristen.
Kidding.
But you think about, I just talked to someone the other day who said, I never drink water. I just don't like water. And I I understand that there are people who don't like water, but water is, it lubricates your entire system. And so much of our body is comprised, what is it, 75, 80, 85, something like
90.
that.
I mean,
90,
high.
I don't know, it's high.
Yeah.
It's high. Percent of our body is actually water. And if we don't drink water, how is our body going to function correctly? Yeah. So, things like sleep, we expect to be uplifting and, be in a good mood and be able to be productive and energized throughout our day. But how can we do that if we don't get enough sleep?
Right.
So, we really have to build that in and be intentional and deliberate about our sleeping habits. And, they say that you should kind of have a regimen and a routine with sleep and kind of go to bed at the same time.
That can bring you a lot of joy just because it's like, oh, this is my time where I get to wind down.
Yes.
Like you can make that a joyful experience.
Well, and when I wind down at night, I like to think about, where did I best glorify God today, and where did I most disappoint him? Kind of do a little Ignatian spirituality. And so it's my time to kind of reflect on the day and, what I can do tomorrow to be better in terms of the things that I didn't do so well that day, and to rejoice in the things that I do feel good about. So, so we talked about drinking water, eating healthy foods, exercising, keeping your body limber, getting enough sleep, just taking care of your temple.
For sure.
And so, because in the end, while you might not enjoy exercise and you might not like to drink water, there are all kinds of things you can do with water to make it taste better. I love to put cucumber, a little bit of mint, or maybe squeeze some lemon, or, I like to do unusual things like raspberries or strawberries, and you can flavor your water, and it really does add a little, punch to the experience.
Little extra joy to your water drinking experience.
Exactly. So take care of your vessel, and that will help to keep you uplifted and joyful. Kristen, what's a third?
My third one is to travel. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, like, whoa, we're living in COVID times. Time out. We don't want to be traveling. But I mean, like, via the internet. Because there's so many, like, virtual tours that you can go on of just all sorts of places. And so take this time where maybe you don't want to physically travel somewhere to virtually travel all over the world and experience all sorts of different things. And in fact, like, Mom, you did that a lot during actually quarantine.
Yes.
Because you went to Mass all over the place.
We did do that. We did. I was thinking actually physically, Dad and I took off and just did random, excursions to places we'd never been before. And most of it was out in nature, and we were taking walks and that kind of thing. But you're right. And we went to a lot of different Masses all over the world. And we also, I always think about, you can go anywhere in a book. Yeah. A book can take you to Europe. It can take you to Alaska. You can have all kinds of adventures that you've never had before because, books can do that for you. I always say a book is a gift you can open 1,000,000 times, which is why I love to give people books as a gift. But, that's a good one, Kristen.
Well, I think
like that.
For me, like, travel has so often inspired me and filled me with so much joy, because it's just, it's not the same old every day.
Right.
And you're experiencing a different culture, different people. Like, it's just really inspiring. And so it's something that brings me great joy. And I think that why let COVID take that away from us? It doesn't need to. And in fact, you probably can go way more places. So, take a little, virtual road trip, if you will.
Absolutely. Well, a fourth way to bring joy into this season of joy that we are still experiencing and beyond, because we do not mean to say here that as of the baptism of the Lord this Sunday on January 10th, the joy is over. Our season of rejoicing is now come to a close, and we need to get somber because
although Lent is quickly approaching.
It is, but even during Lent, we need to keep a joyful spirit going. So my number 4 is going to be, I think that we should every day spend some time thinking about heaven and eternal things, because you know what? So many people are, afraid of death and afraid of dying. And, a lot of that, I think, is because it's the unknown. We've never done it before. We've never had that experience, so we don't really know what we're getting ourselves into. And any time that we have an experience for the first time, it can be a fearful thing. So I get that. I mean, I understand. That's a realistic fear. But, what we know that from Scripture, what God has told us about heaven. And do we think he's lying? Or do we think he's telling us the truth? And, so we know that eye has not seen, ear has not heard what God has ready for those who love him. And so I always told my children and other people too, that just imagine your favorite place to be, your very favorite place to be, your very favorite people to be with, doing the things that you love more than anything else, those things that when you're doing them, you just lose all sense of time, and eating the foods that you love to eat, even if there's sugar involved. But, so eating the things you love to eat, being with the people you love to be, being in the places you love to be, doing the things you love, all of that, multiply it by 1,000,000,000, and you will not come close to the experience of heaven. Of that I am confident.
No.
And so why wouldn't we be extremely thrilled to be and rejoicing over the thought that this should be our future. This is the future that we're working toward.
Right.
And so there's a lot to be happy about and to rejoice in. And so whenever you're down in the dumps, just think about, no matter what happens on this side of heaven, no matter what happens, keep your heart where it needs to be and be right with God, because do whatever it takes to make yourself and your soul right with God, because you want to end up in eternity with God forever and ever, amen, in heaven. And so spend some time every day just reflecting and thinking about it and thinking about what you'll be doing and how you'll be feeling.
Maybe even read or listen to some people who have had near-death experiences, because they talk about just how amazing heaven is, how they didn't want to come back to earth, how there are colors that we've never even heard, nor can they even describe. That makes me really excited.
Mind-blowing. It's really mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Okay, Kristen, number 5.
Okay, number 5 is master a new skill. Because I think that can just add so much joy to your life. So recently, my husband and I, we got a keyboard, and we have both been trying, we both took piano lessons throughout our lives, but we've really kind of let it go. And now we're both really trying to get back into it. So we've both been practicing almost daily. And, it's been so much fun, especially just picking up songs that you love. Don't make it drudgery, although scales are important. And the foundation of a lot of music, obviously. All music. But it is so much, it produces so much joy. So like last night, my husband Derek whipped out a song that was from our wedding and started playing it, and so, and he was telling me, he won't mind if I share this, that it made him weepy when he had started practicing it earlier, and so, it's just mastering any new skill, whether that's a musical instrument, whether that's, knitting, whether that's, something with your car, or, woodworking, or, whatever it is that you're excited about mastering, take that on, because I think it is such an opportunity for joy.
So number 6, the last one for you to hear today, and not that there are only 6 ways to rejoice during the season of rejoicing at Christmas time, but the 6th one for today is, think about ways that you can enliven and rejoice in the moment and make a moment happier and healthier and more holy and more fun. And just find a way to make moments joyful.
I love that.
Yeah, so, you walk into a room, you're with people, and who knows what's going on. Sometimes it can be very hard work, or maybe you're at work and people are grumpy, or they're sick, or they're tired, or whatever. What can you do to kind of, change the atmosphere by your, this is a very intentional and, impersonal thing that you can make a choice to liven up the environment or keep it, in the somber.
Well, and I think my mom is so good at this on multiple levels. One, because you're really good at thinking ahead, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna see this person today, and like maybe we could play this game together, or I'm gonna see this person today, and maybe we could talk about this fun thing, or you're really good about that, and it is about being intentional. But another thing that you do that I think is really cool is you confront people in a fun way. So sometimes if I come into work and I'm being a little bit of an Eeyore, she'll say to me, what you really meant to say was, and it brings such a lighthearted thing. She's calling me out for being grumpy, but she's doing it in such a fun way that it helps me turn it around.
Well, we do like to laugh, and we like to have laughter in the workplace.
Yes.
And the thing is, most people like to laugh. Most people like to be around joy-filled people. Right. And so what can you do to make a situation lighter and brighter and happier and more fun? Mm-hmm. And so, there's all
fun actually increases productivity in the workplace.
It does. Well, there's all kinds of research out there that says that, laughter does so many things that benefit the spirit and the mind and the heart, and and the body, and so we should get in the habit of laughing, even if we have to fake.
Yeah.
Even if we have to fake laugh. I used to say to my kids, if we can't find something to laugh about, let's at least fake laugh. And we'd go, or I'd start fake laughing, and it was so ridiculous.
She would just walk into a room and start being, I mean, truly, this is what she would do.
And I looked like such a fool that my kids would start laughing because it was crazy. But you know what?
But it produces the same endorphin.
It does.
rush.
So the research indicates that your body doesn't know the difference between genuine laughter and fake laughter. So if you can't find something to genuinely laugh and giggle about, then just, fake it. Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. That is a motto in the Kurivial household.
Yes, it is. So there you go. Those are 6 ways to just have a joyful spirit, not only during the Christmas season, but the whole year long. We are wishing you, as we are still celebrating Christmas.
Amen.
And we are still rejoicing. We wish you a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and a year filled with rejoicing. God bless. Have a great day.